Hello, everyone. Is Adam Leak Aaron here, back here, on Box Office Mojo. A site I go on to way too much. So, we all know the summer movie season is coming, right? Typically, one of the biggest seasons of the year, other than, the holidays, for movies. A lot of blockbusters come out, a lot of big franchises, make their mark. Last year we had, Infinity War, Deadpool 2, Solo, which tanked. Incredibles 2, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. What else? Ant-Man and Wasp, Mission Impossible 6. And then we had some surprise hits like The Meg, Crazy Rich Asians. It's a lot coming out. You know, it was a very interesting summer last year. And this year is looking like no exception. Will be no exception. There's a lot of interesting movies coming out. Some look good, some don't. So we're just gonna go through all of them. Well, actually, I'm gonna go through some of these separately because some of these movies they're kind of small. They're not really worth talking about. We're only going to really talk about the big ones, the real potential moneymakers. And the first one is Endgame. I know some people will say, well, technically, this is an April. It's not a summer movie. Who cares at this point? I mean, everyone pretended Infinity War was a summer movie, and that came out on the 27th of April. We're doing the same with Endgame, which is on 26th. This is the first one we're going to be talking about, Endgame. No doubt the most anticipated movie, not just of the summer, but of the entire freaking year. No doubt about that. Especially after Infinity War ended on such a cliffhanger ending that made a lot of people want to see this movie so bad. I remember when people were just dying to see this trailer. It was huge. It was crazy. So obviously this will be the big winner of the summer, no doubt. Sorry, Toy Story 4 and Lion King and Spider-Man. So yes, with all the goodwill from Infinity War, people want to see the conclusion of this story. They want to see how everything's resolved, like what's going to happen to all those dead characters. That's what a lot of people really are looking forward to. But there are some potential drawbacks. Now, I'm not saying this movie's gonna bomb. That's no way in hell that's happening. But it might not make as much as Infinity War. Wanna know why? Is because how do I put this? It has a bit of, I guess, Dark Knight Rises feel. I know it's not exactly the best comparison, but everyone knows The Dark Knight, one of the greatest superhero movies ever. My favorite movie ever. Was such a huge hit. The sequel came out, 4 years later. Originally had a lot of fanfare, but the movie didn't quite live up to expectations. Had a lot of plot holes and yada yada yada. It ended up not making as much as The Dark Knight overall, at least domestically. It did make more overseas, but still. Same could happen with Endgame, especially if it has a very disappointing ending. If the ending to Endgame is underwhelming or it turns people off, then this movie is guaranteed this movie is not going to make as much as Infinity War. It still will make money. So my official predictions for Endgame opening weekend, Infinity War make like what 257. I'm predicting it's going to be slightly lower at 245 opening weekend, which will still be the second biggest ever. Um, Overall, I say between 600 and 650 because I think this movie is going to be a bit more front loaded because there's going to be a lot of fanfare that first weekend, and then I think it's just going to take a bit of a dive after that. But this will no doubt be the biggest movie of the year, the summer. So yes, Avengers Endgame looks to be in great shape as long as Captain Marvel doesn't, beat Thanos. Because that will obviously turn people off because they're like, why is Captain Marvel? She only had like a movie. She's barely been introduced and yet she could just beat up Thanos. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If it does, I don't know what to do. So yes, this is my prediction for Endgame. Next up, next video, I'm going to be doing predictions for Pokemon Detective Pikachu. So stay tuned for that. So like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And I am out.